we've been down doing a bit of fruit picking. We thought we'd do a bit of video because we just haven't had any rain. We've had a light shower, but rain we haven't had any for months, and I mean months. I reckon the last really good wet day was probably in February.
Everything's struggling now, isn't it?
Yeah,
including us.
We've sort of tried to keep up with watering the best we can, but it just gets to a point where you just can't keep going, can't get it all done. So a week or so ago now, our Casablanca early potatoes just sort of started giving up, and as you can see, they've sort of virtually given up completely. We'll just have to hope that there's a bit of something on them.
We just can't sort of keep up with potatoes.
No,
Potatoes tend to be the things that get neglected when it's really dry, don't they?
Yeah, and the problem now is we've got fruit to harvest, so spending more time watering just gets more and more difficult. These cauliflowers have avoided being watering, and you can see they're not going to do anything.
Just a tiny little...
Just a tiny little brown head in there. I might give them some water and see what happens.
It's only better on any
Well, no, that one hasn't got as far, so maybe watering that one might be sort of more productive. We'll just have to see. But
we'd normally have cauliflowers now,
I think
wouldn't we?
actually normally we'd have finished those cauliflowers by now.
Yeah. The grass, look how dry the grass is.
Yeah, well, but it's sort of, if we walk over to this other path, the grass is sort of given up now. It's going a nice brown colour.
The only thing is you probably won't have to trim quite as much.
No, well, the last time I trimmed it was only doing little bits and pieces. A lot of it was oh, I know what's worth having a look at. Let's have a wander over here and have a look at this rhubarb. My new rhubarb patch is a bit of a mess. Stuff that we've managed to keep watered looks all right. So these lettuces and beetroot don't seem so bad, but we have managed to keep watering those. Something that we're going to have to keep an eye on is this bed that we've planted safari French beans and some
peas
in, and we'll just have to try and keep it watered.
We'll do that when we finish this.
Yeah. So this...
Even these sweet peas aren't growing as fast as they should, are they?
We just haven't been able to get them going, have we, at all,
No.
those sweet peas?
And look at that end. There's hardly anything going at that end.
This couple of rows of potatoes seem to be hanging on quite well.
Don't really know why.
No. But just look at the state of the rhubarb. This is my new rhubarb patch, and it doesn't look much of a new patch at the minute. It's just absolutely bone dry, and I did dig loads of compost into there.
That one at the end, it's supposed to keep fruiting. Well,
Yeah,
putting
perpetual,
stems up
isn't it?
into it. Perpetual.
Only perpetual if it gets
Paulson's
some rain.
pride.
Yeah.
Look, the leaves on that kiwi are drooping. I'll have to give that some water.
Don't look too bad, that.
Over there.
Yeah.
It has got some little kiwis on, so it's worth trying to do something with
So
it.
the beans, we've been trying to keep these well watered. So this first lot are those, what were the Liberty?
Yeah.
Liberty runner beans, a heritage variety. They're not looking too bad.
Just starting to flower.
Yeah. We tried to keep these watered. These are Pongo beans. They're not looking too bad.
They're just starting to flower as well, look.
Yeah. Next are Kent Blue. And we've had one little nice tasting of Mange 2s off those.
But if you look at the leaves...
Yeah, we sort of getting them going from... Putting them in was the problem, wasn't it? Once we transplanted them, we didn't have a lot of seed, so we didn't like to just cast them early into the ground, so we got them going and transplanted them, and that was the difficult bit.
I mean, those ones, I'm not sure whether they should grow taller than that.
I think they probably shouldn't. I was aiming for them to get to the top of this.
And again, if you look over the other side, you can see that the leaves are
Yeah, just brown.
just
aren't
dry.
they? And these are our other main crop beans, runners and climbing French. They're just starting to flower. But these are the crops we're trying to keep watered at the minute. So
Well, we're trying to keep a lot of stuff watered, aren't we? But some things you just can't put enough water on.
no. So shall we wander around and look at those suffering potatoes?
Yeah, okay.
Now these two aren't bad, aren't they? These are our red trial varieties.
These
this
are
year.
red at this side.
Oh yeah, that's
They're
right.
not red.
There's two varieties of red
Yeah,
at that side, and these are just
not red.
yeah, not red.
If you
white.
turn around, these are.
But on this, yeah.
There's
on this
one
side,
lot that seem to be.
Yeah, just starting to have just run out of water, basically.
Yeah.
But our attention has been on those peas over there, trying to keep those going. And then we've got a bed of brassicas on this side, which is meant to follow on from those cauliflowers and stuff over the other side. And these are looking pretty good with, well, I haven't, Sue's kept these watered.
We put dozens of cans of water on the other day, didn't we?
Yeah. But they look
Every
as though
4
they're gonna
plants had a
produce.
can.
Yeah. But of course that just takes lots of time, so rather than getting everything watered, you just get a few watered, but certainly they're looking
Not bad,
pretty
are
good. No, hopefully we'll get a decent
You know,
crop
that's-
off those.
they? Scent I kept catching a whiff of.
Budleia,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
fully on flower. And the
That-
one behind you.
Yeah.
You might as well pop through and see the parsnips while you're there.
Yeah, if I can find a way through.
This way is best.
So again, this was, we think, just a dry issue, wasn't it? Trying to keep seed moist.
Well, I mean, look at it now. And we water it every time we come. It's just
And
dust.
see, it's especially difficult getting the seed to go because you need
Yeah.
to keep the top the top inch of the soil moist, and it's just not possible. You water it, it's windy.
But these should be shooting like nobody's business
you just
now,
can't
and
get
really
enough.
slow.
It's weird as well, isn't it? A good rain seems to do much better than all the water that
Yeah.
you tip on them.
Well, you get it panned, don't you, when you...
Yeah, you keep having to hoe it, don't you, and
Yeah, but
break it up, but it's
that's
just
another thing that I'm going to water in a minute.
it's just bone dry. Head down to those other tomatoes.
Yeah, dahlias are starting to come. See, these are slow, aren't they?
Yeah, they were
I mean,
the
they're
last
quite
ones in.
small and they're flowering already.
Yeah. Sorry, I was pointing at the wrong thing then. Yeah, we were talking about these potatoes.
Yeah,
Sort of like a dwarf one.
yeah. But they were just what we had left over, weren't they? The
yeah,
mixture.
yeah. But dahlias, we didn't think we were going to have more than maybe a couple, but
Everyone's gone.
they've all gone. And some of them that were growing were no more than dead sticks.
These
Sort
ones at this end.
of ones like that, when we put them in, were just
No
sort of
tuber,
like
they didn't have
no
a tuber at
just
all,
dead
did they?
sticks. But we thought, well, we'll put them in.
And everyone's growing now.
Yeah.
And you know what you were saying about keeping everywhere watered to get seeds to grow?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
The cosmos, if you look down at these ones, we didn't plant those in the middle of the dahlias. They're self-seeded from last year. They're supposed to be half hardy.
There you go. I'll head
Onions
down to
aren't
these.
doing too badly at the minute, but again,
No,
They're being watered nearly every time we come.
I keep reading that onions don't need a lot of water, but I'm not so
They
sure
do.
myself.
Well, they might not need a lot.
But they need some. So this is our old strawberry bed, and until it gets some rain, I'm not going to make any effort at all
Look at
to
this
dig
crack.
it over.
That's a crack. I can't reach the bottom of it.
No.
It's absolutely rock hard.
So I'm not going to get Sue to dig that until it's softened up a bit. But if we can keep stuff watered like these peas, at least it looks as though we'll get something.
Another thing that we're giving plenty of water.
Yeah. So
The peas that you're coming up to.
this lot of peas look like we're going to get quite a lot of these early onward.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it looks like they're going to produce us a decent crop. So, like,
I gave
we
those.
keep giving them loads of water, don't
I
we?
gave them about 4 cans, 2 at either side. But they're starting almost.
Yeah,
Some of them are starting to be ready to
Yeah, some are
swell
nearly
up.
ready, aren't they?
Mm. But if they carry on, we'll have loads.
Yeah. And then finally, we've got another couple of rows of potatoes that are giving up. Can't find any moisture.
Well, the other thing is, if you turn around, the raspberries have been quite
Yeah,
small,
the
haven't
raspberries
they?
have all been small, haven't they? Just haven't been able to.
They're usually quite
Get
big
enough
berries
moisture.
on those. Then we had a problem with the leeks, didn't we?
Yeah, the leeks got so they'd got really bone dry, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we've managed to rescue them.
We should have enough.
Yeah.
They're under the mesh because we thought we might have had allium leaf miner affecting them last year. So we've got leeks and some onions
Yeah,
at the end,
onions
haven't
at the
we?
end under here, aren't they? So these are growing quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've kept watering these, haven't we now?
Mm. Be interesting to see how the red ones in the middle do, because
Now,
they were from a seed, weren't they?
yep, this bed, we want to plant out some brassicas. Our sort of late autumn winter brassicas, but we just don't fancy it. We're just trying to keep them hanging on at home for as long as we can.
Well, when we do plant them, we've been digging a hole and filling the hole up with water before we put the plant in, just to give it at least a start. The annuals don't look as though they're going to grow at all.
Well, no, but to be fair to them, they've not been really getting this much water.
Well,
have
when it comes to priorities,
they? Yeah. These two squashes don't look as though they're very happy, do they really?
well, they were given loads of
Yeah, I
water
know,
the
I
other
know,
day,
I
weren't they?
know.
To give them another can full.
Sweet corn's looking good though.
Sweet corn doesn't seem to mind it, does it?
No.
Although when you go to France and you see the cannons over the fields, you'd imagine they need a lot of
Yeah.
water.
Oh, a wood pigeon's just come out of the plum tree.
Did it?
Yeah. And then-
Well, to compound it, we're not really going to get any plums, are we, because of the
Yeah,
cold
there's
weather
one-
when
there'll be
they
one
were
or two, but
flowering.
that's all. So shall we finish with these sweet peas?
Yeah, I mean those ones that are really tall were planted quite early on, weren't they?
Yeah, were sown last autumn, weren't
Yeah. Yeah. And round the other side we've got the later ones which are actually starting to grow, but I wonder if it's because they're given a bit of shade from that tree and
they?
maybe
I don't
keep
know.
damp a bit longer.
Anyway,
I mean, look
there
at
it
the
is.
sunflowers.
Should we show people that?
I mean, they are meant to be short, but
They're short and short.
there's short and there's flat.
But that's
thin.
what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're going to flower.
Well, I thought they were really small last year, but it might have been for
They
the same
weren't that
reason.
small last year. They were about Don't like that.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, we'd rather have some rain than a heat wave.
We don't like it too hot, do we?
No.
So if anybody knows a good rain dance,
Anyway.
can you post it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah. So this is today's harvest. I mean, if you're not going to harvest, then there's no point having the allotment, is there? So this is why we get a bit stuck with how much we can water in an afternoon. Sort of berries take a long time to pick, both josterberries and blueberries. Raspberries are not so bad. We've got another nice helping of Kent blue peas. Our first couple of courgettes this year, they're Defender. Strawberries are Malwinner. A few Glencores. Last of our Regency cabbages. And some Demonica broad beans. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.